Hi, welcome to the first episode of Educational Screencasts. My name is Paul Anderson, and I'm a teacher in Bozeman, Montana. I'm also really interested in technology and how we can use technology to make our teaching more efficient and more effective. A little bit about myself, if you want to contact me, the best way to find me is probably on the internet. You can find me at theboldstandard.com. Boldstandard.com is a website that was created by a number of teachers and students in Montana, but we are hoping that it'll open up to the world as a place where you can come and talk about how technology can improve education. If you want to send me an email, give me feedback on the podcast so far, you can send that to paul@theboldstandard.com. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is Paul Anderson. One thing you want to watch out for here is that it's S-E-N. I'm not sure who Paul Anderson S-O-N is, but it's definitely not me. And so I hope to hear from you. Each week on Educational Screencasts, what I'm going to do is take a look at one piece of software and show you how I use it in my class and how it makes my teaching more effective. As I do that, there are some standards, some bold standards that I want to hold to. Number one, applications must be either cross-platform or web-based. Now, I happen to use a Mac, but I think it's important when you're suggesting something to teachers that you can use it either on a Mac or a Windows or hopefully even a Linux operating system. And so everything I suggest is either going to be cross-platform or it's going to be web-based. Now, on this slide here, I have a picture of the Firefox. And the reason why is I think Firefox is a great idea. The whole idea of open source, cross-platform, free software, and then having a bunch of people work on it together. You can do really amazing things. And that's kind of not necessarily educational software, but it's kind of where I'm pointed to. Next thing, it has to be free. What I've found as a teacher is that if it's too expensive, I just can't. Number one, I can't afford it. And number two, if it's commercial software, a lot of the time there's going to be advertising, and I don't always believe everything that as a science teacher, I don't always believe everything that I hear. And so if it's free, at least I know the people who are putting out that software don't have some kind of a hidden agenda. Next thing, it has to improve learning. One piece of software that's really changed my teaching this last year is called Moodle. It's an open source learning environment, and I've used it in my high school classroom, and it's really amazing. You can kind of tap into students that you didn't really know were there before. And so if it doesn't improve learning, you're not going to hear about it on here. It has to be fun. If I don't enjoy using a website, if I don't enjoy using software, I simply am not going to use it. And so that brings me to the last thing. Everything I suggest on here is not going to be something that I've just read about. It's going to be something that I've used in the classroom or outside of the classroom to make my teaching better. And so it's got to stick. In other words, it's going to be something that I didn't just use for a day, but I constantly use once a week or every few weeks. That's kind of what I'm going to do. And so that's my idea for the video podcast. It'll probably change. I'd love to get feedback as we go through this. It's my first time making a podcast, and so I'm sure I'm going to screw a lot of stuff up. But bear with me, and hopefully we'll learn together. Have a great day, and I will catch you on the next episode.